welcome back to a brand new episode of Royalty. I am your host, Tiffany,
And I am your other host, Derek F.A.A.K. Big D.
and we're going to bring you another week of Big Brother. Before we get started, we would like to thank those who continue to join us and support us in the Royal Court. Thank you for joining us again. And remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Please, it helps a lot and it shows your support, and it also engages us to let us know what we're doing right, what we like, and what we can work on. But Big D, you look amazing. I want to shout out your progress.
Thank you, Tiffany.
I watch your process. Your
Thank you.
process creates progress, and I love that for you. You look amazing. How are
Thank you so
you?
much. You know what, Tiffany? I am good. I am 40 pounds down, working on my halfway point of 50, and then I'll let you know where I'm at probably at the end of this month. But Tiffany, before I even start about me,
Yeah.
how are you doing, Tiffany? That is the
I'm
most important question before we even get into all the chaos of Big Brother. How are you doing?
Look at this husband. Look at him doing his husband duties, making sure his wife is supported and he taking care of me. You know what, Derek? I am amazing. I am preparing my son for college, well, for senior year. And so we're doing college tours, but I have no complaints. Life's good, still good, everything's good.
Also, let me tell you something. You look great in New York, by the way. Just in case, like I saw some of our pictures, and you look great. Like I still can't get over how you're like aging backwards. Like it's crazy because the pictures you showed me from back in the day,
You know,
I would have been
in
like, yeah, you're
August,
definitely hitting that age. But now you don't look like that.
in August, on the 5th, I will be 44.
And that is a proud, beautiful 44. I can't
I
believe your
am
birthday
I
is
am
around the
truly
corner.
happy. I'm truly happy. I'm truly proud.
Yeah.
Um I play about hiding my age. I really don't care. I'm blessed to be here. Some people won't wake up tomorrow. I'm thankful and grateful that I have been awakened every day over the last 43 years. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing, it's a gift. And life has truly been good to me. So I'm, you know, I be seeing people my age and I be like, we are not the same. But go ahead.
Okay. We look, they not like
No,
us.
no,
Okay,
sorry.
Tiffany. So we
Yeah.
have a lot to talk about. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Just to give you guys a little rundown. Me and Tiffany, and of course when we have Hannah, because she's busy doing all Hannah things, we were recapping each week, giving you everything that we have picked up from this week in our take, and obviously the live eviction that has happened tonight. So, Tiffany, where we left off at was we were trying to figure out what the powers were. Okay. Mackenzie and Quinn won. We didn't know what the powers were going to be in play. But I want to start just with episode 3. Okay. Episode 3, they were doing their introductions. Like remember how we would do introductions like, hey, I'm so and so from so and so. Do you remember Lisa interrupting Tucker as he is talking about, yeah, I cook, I'm a chef. And she's like, what kind of chef are you? Like, it felt like she was so, like, threatened by him saying he's a chef. And she turned it into something completely weird. It was such a turnoff for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
When it
I
comes to
mean,
Lisa, it's such a
she
turnoff for
said it's
me.
a competition, baby. I'm jumping out the gate with it. What you cook? Because I'm a chef.
Yeah. I definitely found that interesting. I loved, how they were doing the introduction. I did pick up that Kenny is lying about once again, which he's saying he is now a truck food service person, which I was like, that's weird.
A food
Because
truck.
yes, food truck. Thank you. Because if you remember, Cedric, when Kenny and Cedric met, he saw his tattoo and said he has to be something military or police officer or something. Did you see that
Could
part?
be. Yeah, but just because that's my tattoo, that doesn't mean a thing.
Hmm, okay.
But All right. Let's jump into this week.
Yes. So
All
just to
right.
jump into this week, just to kind of go over what happens. Mackenzie has the America's veto. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's activated for about 4 weeks. It has the power that she can pick the nominees, and then I think she could do the replacements too, right, Tiff? Or is that
No,
not true?
so Mackenzie has
Yeah,
America's veto, which means she has the power to pull someone, even including herself, from the block. But America votes on the replacement. And then Cedric has, not Cedric, I'm sorry. Quinn has the deep
Quinn.
fake HOH, which he gets to control the HOH's nominations. And he can also plant seeds because it will look and appear as if these moves are being made by the HOH, but really no one will know who has the HOH power. It's a deep fake, and I learned what that was, and so I said, "Oh, that's interesting."
It is interesting. We also find out that now the HOH can nominate 3 players.
Yeah,
There is still a veto competition, but the 3 players that are up will get a chance to play in the BBAI arena on live eviction night, where
yeah.
one of them can come down, and then there's only one person up for eviction. Or, as I learned, if none
No,
of
no, no.
them,
There's still 2 people up for eviction.
I'm sorry, did I say what did I say? I'm sorry.
There's only one person up for
I'm sorry,
eviction.
2 people up for eviction. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Tiffany. So I found that very interesting. It looks like, which we still don't know, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany. If none of them win the BBAI, all 3 of them are still
Yeah,
up for
that's
eviction.
correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
someone has an opportunity to remove themselves from the block, but no one is guaranteed to come off of the block with the AI arena.
hmm Yes. Tiffany, let me ask you, do you like edible glitter?
I don't like nothing about glitter. I don't like glitter at all. I don't, glitter is messy. It gets on everything. It's hard to remove. I don't like glitter in real life. I
I
definitely don't like edible glitter, and I don't want it. I don't want it invading my space, and I don't want you to just advance me with it. Allow me to reject you. I can say
hmm
no, thank you. And I want you to take that no, thank you. And I want you to move on. I actually want you to take that edible glitter and I want you to put that shit back in your bag. And I don't want to see it until finale night. And then you can do whatever you want with it. But I don't want it in the house. I don't want it anywhere near me. You
I'm
take your
not gonna lie.
construction paper and all your arts and crafts and you take that back on to pre-K where you got it from. And you also don't need to teach, you need to teach kids. Ain't nothing edible about glitter. You don't
Ain't
rub it
nothing
on my
edible
food.
about
You don't rub
glitter.
it on my chest. You don't rub it on my arm, my hand, my face. You don't get glitter nowhere near me. I am not glitter. Okay. Okay. Now, did that answer your question?
That does answer my question. I
Okay.
actually turned down a hug recently because somebody had glitter all over
Now
them.
don't hug me with
Because
that
the
glitter.
gays, they love glitter. I'm not
No,
a
I
glitter
don't do no
person.
glitter.
It really sets me off because it's just
Mm-mm.
messy. It gets all
It's
over the
like
place.
sand. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
go to pre-K with that. Come over here. I'm grown.
I'm dead. So we get to the first HOH comp. The HOH comp is called New Rules. So the premise of this game is that, the AI, which her name is it
Ainsley.
Ainsley, thank you.
Hmm.
Ainsley is going to switch up the game every time. There's a board. It's a little bit like a shuffleboard. I want to call it a
Hmm.
shuffleboard.
Yeah.
And there's going to be different numbers, and each round is going to change. As I said, premise of the game, it's going to be process of elimination. It comes down to the final 3 at the end, which ends up being Angela, Kenny, and also Leah. And Angela wins. She wins the first HOH of the season, and
It seems to start a little rivalry between her and Kenny too, because it looked like what Leah say, mom and pop. I'm tired of mama and papa. I'm tired of it. Just so you know,
Tiffany, why can't we call you Mama? Because I don't understand
because
why
I
we
have
can.
one son and he calls me mama. My mother named me Tiffany, and that is how you will address me, unless I give you permission otherwise. But I ain't everybody's mama.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I am tired of the mama.
And
Mama
it's not
this,
just
mama
mama.
this.
It mama,
It's
mama need MOAMA. Mama needs, come on, here comes mama. I think that production probably likes to have like a mom
because
figure,
of
and
Mama
that's
Felicia.
okay. And you
Hmm.
can have that, but it doesn't have to be so blatant. She is obviously a mother, but so is Brooklyn and all these mama, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a bunch of mama, but Mama Angela wins, okay? But to start off, Mama Angela in this episode earlier, and I forgot to point it out. Mama Angela, Angela
Are we gonna
ends
say
up.
that? Because I'm believe. I ain't calling nobody mama nothing.
Oh,
Miss.
Angela, okay. She is kind of points out Matt of being like the fitness guy, the showman's guy. He's gonna be like getting the girls. The girls, look at you, look at you, look how you look. We know that you're gonna be the showman to the season. We know that
Yeah.
you're gonna have everybody eating out the palm of your hands. And he's kind of like, where's this coming from? I'm not gonna lie. I get calling people out, but this was like, I gotta give it to her. Angela was a straight shooter. She was like, I see
I
exactly who
think
you
that
are.
I think as an older woman and a mother and married for a long time, you are comfortable speaking freely. You speak she's not she doesn't there's nothing really to curb, and she didn't feel like that needed to be curbed either, because she didn't feel like, I don't think she intentionally meant to be offensive to him. I think she's just saying to him, I think she really meant that, like, you're just a hot guy. And but she's not, nobody in this house to me really has any game, so she's not taking into consideration that he can possibly take this and use it against me. He could take this as me painting a target on his back. And he seems a little highly sensitive. So it's almost like anything she's saying or doing, he's taking it. But that is the game. People are paranoid in this house. They already got lied to by production at the beginning. So they already don't trust anyone. And so, he's and when you don't have a target, you're looking for one. And so she just gave him an easy out, saying, I think that she was joking. And I understand that.
Hmm.
Like, I joke with people, I play, whatever, but there's a time and a place for that. And I just think it came too soon because nobody knows your personality, honey. You can't joke when people don't even know you to know that, haha, you meant that to be funny.
I agree with that. I agree. But I mean, it definitely, which will, as we're discussing, kind of works out for her. But, he's now freaking out because he's like, Angela's coming for me. Like, she thinks like I'm in like this showman's, and, Angela is just like, now that she's won this,
Psychic.
I guess so. But Angela also in this like trying to figure out who she's gonna put up, right? Because now she got to put up not just two people, she got to put up three people. She's
Yeah.
having conversations with Quinn. Quinn has a power. He decides to tell Angela about his power to kind of be like, "Hey, I want us to work together." And they come up with this final two called BB Sucker.
Oh, is it BB suckers?
BB Sucker.
They must not have let them say BB guns. Okay.
Right.
And the
Okay.
only and on the side, sometimes I jump on Twitter and I'll see some clips, or I'll jump on the live feeds. But when they first came up with this, it was BB guns, and so they must not have approved that name.
Yeah, yeah, I can see why.
I
So
can
they
see
have a
why.
final two. So Angela, her first target is going to be. It seems like because everybody was, which I feel like Leah and Tucker were over. What's her name? Lisa with the glitter and the chef and stuff. So when she's
Yeah,
trying to figure out who is going to be a target, people are
and
like, "You
I
could
think
put up
she
Lisa."
Well, I think, and I honestly agree with Angela's strategy for who should I nominate. Let me ask the other house guests and get a consensus of who people are comfortable with going home. I mean, and we watched the episode. At least four people said Lisa, didn't they?
At least four people. Her and that damn glitter got her in trouble, and her
I
interrupting
would have said
Tucker.
Lisa too. Don't come in
Me
with
too.
that glitter, and you
Yeah.
probably done brought enough for the whole season.
Mm, it's edible glitter. Yeah. I don't, baby. You're cooking in the Big Brother house. There's no way you gonna cook something that looks like a 5-star restaurant in the Big Brother house and add a little bit of glitter on it. Okay, it ain't that type of place. All
I
right,
think that was her thing. She probably was at home packing and was like, "What can I do to like make my mark in the house so
house.
that people just know that this is Lisa and I'm going to get edible glitter for everyone." Girl, you better learn to braid. Anyway, next.
Okay, now, as she's making her decisions, it seems like she already knows she wants Kenny because Kenny was like, going with her at the end. He was very competitive. So she sees Kenny and she also sees Lisa and she has Matt in the back of her head, but she really don't know about Matt yet. She
Mhm.
has a conversation with Matt and they have a heart to heart. And it seems like this heart to heart is going well, but Matt, which I don't know why he didn't read the room, but Matt is just turns to her when they're having this heart to heart because now everyone else has been sitting on the couch. Her and Matt are sitting in the bed. So he's like looking at her and he's like, no, look, I mean, if you put me up, I mean, just know like I'm coming after you next
Well, now that you say that, it's kind of giving you and Claire when you're like, Claire's
week.
coming after me, and we're playing the same game.
Claire, Claire was, I don't care what anybody says, Claire was coming after me. Who else was going to come after me? None of you guys were coming, so Claire's the only one who was coming after me. In reality.
Big D, I was coming after you,
Oh, that is true. That is
just
true.
like you were coming after me.
That is true. That is true. When Claire
Yeah,
was your person.
yeah.
So I was
I,
like,
yeah, so yeah, Matt really didn't accept her apology. It was almost like he had something to say and he was not actively listening to what she was saying, and so it was like he was waiting on his opportunity to tell her how he felt, and then he just revealed it. And it's like, dude, this is a game. Where is your game? Do you have any game? Do you know how to manipulate, strategize? Like, what are we doing? Hey,
I don't know what he was doing.
if I win next week, just know.
I'm coming for you.
Pew, 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 pew.
Sucker. That's killing me. That's killing me. Listen, Kenny was also wearing a fake hair of hat because I didn't know where Kenny got hair from when he got put up on got nominated. Where did he find this hat with hair? I can't believe you don't remember. It was silver and he had the baseball cap. And I said, Kenny got hair? I was like, I swear he was bald. What happened? He need to let that go. Throw that in the trash. That looked
I
like
think it
some.
probably belongs to somebody because I saw someone else wearing it on a live feed.
It's okay. It's given trucker badly. It's not giving trucker food trucker. It's giving like I'm on 10x4 on 95 trucker. He need to let that go. Okay. Mama Angela. Now we get to the veto episode, Tiffany. But
So
Angela
wait, you
ends up,
forgot. You forgot to tell us all three nominees.
I'm sorry, yes. Lisa, Kimono,
Chemo.
Chemo, and Kenny. Excuse me, Chemo. We get to the veto ceremony. Okay. Angela tells Chemo she wants Kenny gone.
So after Angela wins HOH, nominates Lisa, Kenny, and Chemo, now it's time to play veto.
It is
I
now.
really am excited about this veto game because it's the spelling game, but it reminded me of OTEV a little bit with all the goo.
I do want to get to this though before we get to the
Okay.
veto competition.
But first, okay.
There is a big blow up that happens. Okay, before we get to the veto competition. All right, Angela is talking about like how she like aspiring a little bit out of control. Like she's like wanting to get Matt out because this conversation she had with Matt is like going through her body. It's keeping her up at night. She can't think. She's thinking about Matt and these crazy eyes.
Wait.
Crazy eyes.
And at the same time, Quinn and who is it? Quinn and someone else came to her
Quinn
room.
and Joseph to tell her about the alliance that they want her to work
The
in, which is
collective.
the collective.
Yes, and she really had me fooled. I mean, she got a little game about herself. She better than Matt because she really had me fooled. They're like, "Hey, we started this alliance called the Collective. It's me, you, blah 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 blah," and they rattle off all these people, and they're like, we didn't, we wanted to get it done. We didn't, even though you weren't there, we knew you were up here, but we want to come up here and tell you that you're a part of this alliance and blah blah blah." And she's like, "Oh my God, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that, and for not waiting for me. Like, I really needed that done. Amazing. I'm so excited about it." And then they leave and she goes, "They're Matt starting a war. He is coming for me. He sent them up here to tell me that that I'm in this alliance. I don't believe it."
I said, if this ain't Frenchie, if this ain't the female Frenchie, I don't know what is. Okay,
She gave him way too much credit.
to way too much credit. She's over here like, and he's coming after me. Then she's laying in bed at night. Yeah, and him and those crazy eyes. Those crazy eyes. Like, why is this? Let me tell you something. This is what's refreshing about this whole entire thing. Usually, when we watch Big Brother, it's always someone older being picked on or someone older being, on the outs and skirts and all this other stuff and being talked about. This is the first time that there's an older person picking on this younger person, and it's cracking me up.
Not really. Back in the day, it was different. You had Evil Dick, who was the oldest man in the house, giving hell to everybody, pouring water on Jen's head. It all just depends on the season. Angela is like, "I'm no hose barred," okay?
So as she's spiraling out of control, Tiff, like pasting, can't sleep. I don't know if the girl got any sleep. Based on what we saw, it looked like she was up
She
all
said
night.
she didn't.
She made it like, she's like, you know what? This is Big Brother. Instead of me just sitting here, I'm going to go call him out. And she comes downstairs clapping. She didn't even call a house meeting, clapping, Tiff. So then Tucker's like, "Oh, I'm going to clap with."
Oh my gosh, everybody starts clapping.
I love Tucker. Tucker started clapping.
Ruin her entrance.
Ruin her entrance. She comes down. She's like, "Matt, you think you are so slick, don't you?
With those crazy eyes."
Yes.
He said, "What?" She said, "You know."
Those crazy eyes.
You all think you're so slick. You kept me up. A woman that's 3 times your age. You kept me up all night with your antics and your tricks, trying to mess up my sleep so that I wouldn't be on top of my game." And Matt comes up there and he threatens me and he tells me that if he stays in this house till next week, then I'm going to be his target. He's looking at me with those crazy eyes. Yeah,
what?
You.
What are you talking about?
And I liked all of you guys here, and I want to spend I look forward to spending the rest of my summer with you, except for you with those crazy eyes. So, damn.
I have never seen something so chaotic in my life that I didn't even know what to say. And then he's like, "What? What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, lady? What are you talking about?" And then she's like, "Matt, you're a son of a..." She called him a son of a bitch because you didn't thank me. You didn't thank me. After me saving you, you didn't thank me? You son of a bitch.
I didn't know. But you know what?
Yes.
Hey, I'm here for it. Bring it back. Hey, it's $750,000 on the line. If you thought it was going to be easy, it wasn't. You might get called a son of a bitch.
She also called him a son of a gun. And Matt, you're such a brat. Now, shout out to all the brats, the Charlie XCX, because it's Brat Summer. In case you didn't know, it's all about Brat Summer. So he called her a brat, and I live for it. Now,
she called him a brat.
Yeah, she called him. She called him everything. He didn't know what to say. She told him that also your mother's going to be disappointed in you. She was going pretty ham. I don't agree with the mother's going to be disappointed in you.
You watch Drag Race, you watch Real Housewives of everything. All y'all sit up here and say is, she reading her for filth. Oh, she be reading. She went in. She went this. But as soon
She
as
ate.
somebody say, your mama watching this, y'all like, oh my God.
Tiff, I'm just, listen.
It's reality TV. Hey, I'm going to do what I got to do to win $750,000. I hope it knocks you off your square, and I hope you go home. I want to watch. You watching baddies? They knocking teeth out and all kind of stuff. And as soon as somebody say with those crazy eyes, Twitter all in the uproar. Oh my God, she's being a bully. She doing what she got to do. She didn't put her hands on this man. If he's sensitive and his feelings hurt, because you know what I would have did. I laughed at her.
I would have laughed too. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have laughed at her.
I definitely would have called her. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely would have called her a crazy bitch and laughed at her.
I mean, hey, you know, it all depends on if you got game. You can fight fire with fire. You can fight fire with water. You can fight fire with an extinguisher. You can get the hell up out the kitchen. It all depends on who you are as a person. I was taught never let them see you sweat. I wouldn't have bust one fucking grape in that house. You ain't about to make me cry. I don't care.
Yeah, he was a crying.
I might cry because I miss my son. I might cry because I don't want to go home. But I ain't crying over some shit you said about me.
Yeah, I agree. Now, she also outs her alliance. This is how spiral mama Angela is. She also outs her alliance. So then her alliance is looking at her like, what the hell? Like, she had it really set up. The fact that somebody came with you in alliance week one, your HOH, they want you to be a part of it. They're telling you what the name is. They're telling you the people that's a part of it. For the people in the alliance or people that you already made an alliance with, what? Like, what's wrong with you, girl? Like, you had it. That was a beautiful setup going into next week. She didn't believe
it, and I called it when we did her cast reveal that
you did call
her paranoia might set in with this whole. You can't go in with I know what people are thinking.
True. She also calls out Matt and Mackenzie being together, which now Mackenzie's brought into it, and she's like, "What are we talking about here?" Because they're very close. Oh, Mackenzie, you trying to act like you don't know what I'm talking about? Look at you. The whole house knows.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, where was she at when I needed her for Christian and Alyssa? Where was she at when I needed that? Okay. Now, all this happens. Also, shout out to Ozzy and Christian because all these people are walking around with bonnets. Okay. Everyone got a bonnet on their head. All right.
They do.
So, yeah, it was really crazy to see all that.
So they have this fight, and we get to VETO. It's a spelling competition. It's sticky. It's disgusting. And Lisa ends up winning this veto, which means she's eligible to pull herself off of the block.
With the word transform.
Hey, she made it happen. She said, I got to find the biggest word. I got to make the biggest word out here. And she did.
Yeah, she ends up winning. During this time, now Matt's kind of like worried because he knows he could be a backdoor. Mackenzie has a conversation with Matt, and Mackenzie tells Matt about her power, letting her know that she does have America's veto. Lisa takes herself down, and Mackenzie ends up not using her power. I was very happy because I have faith that Mackenzie could be a good player in this game, and I'm glad that she didn't do what I feel like other players have done in the past when they start getting feelings for someone. Like, okay, I'll use my powers. I'm like, baby, it's week one. You got this thing lasts up to 4 weeks. You might need to use it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, save it. You earned it. So I'm glad she didn't use that because it would have been used early. I would have been annoyed. But Tiff, we get to live eviction, Tiff.
Well, first, we got to get to the fact that Lisa pulls herself off the block and then Angela nominates Matt as her replacement nominee. So now we have Chemo, Matt, and Kenny on the block come live eviction night.
Yeah, live eviction night. This episode was very interesting. Kenny is talking about, and keep in mind, the players can now play in the BBAI arena, so we're going to see that for the first time. Kenny is talking about, and I want your feedback on this, Tip. Kenny is talking about how he's going to throw the comp if he feels like Matt is winning and Matt can win. He's able to go home because he wants to protect Matt because he's him and Matt. Matt is like he's like my son.
I do think that as someone who played the game, one of the things I did not account for was how quickly relationships form and how close you can feel to someone in such a short period of time, even in a week's time. And I do understand that Kenny and Matt have established this rapport and they have this bond, and he maybe feels like a paternal as a paternal figure to him, and then they've got these things in common where Matt's dad is a police officer or whatever. um but one thing is, you can't forget your why. You're not there for someone else's why. You're there for your own why, and people work hard to get here. And Kenny seems to be prioritizing someone else's feelings when everyone is playing a game. How would you feel if you get out and Matt is just pretending to be someone else, or he's lying to you, and he's not? These things are real, but it doesn't matter. Remember why you're there. And
Yeah.
so I think I understand Kenny as a whole in feeling, I feel connected to this person. I want to see them go further, whatever. But what about you and you going further and why you're there and your family? Because one thing I never wanted my son to do was to be at home, see me playing my game for someone else or giving my game away for someone else. Um, essentially, my game was altered because of our purpose, but even that was a win.
Mm.
I'm not walking away. I'm not giving up. I'm not saying I'm not going to fight for myself to be here because I'd like to see somebody else be
No,
here.
you definitely fought. You definitely fought. Yeah, you weren't, girl. You weren't giving up. I was like, shit. What we gotta do to get her?
Say, Hannah, I love you, but you might have to go home today.
But Matt,
Better
Matt,
you than me.
right?
Shit.
Matt is like, he knows he's in trouble. So Matt's like, I'm coming up with this barbershop alliance. The barbershop alliance is like Matt, and mind you, these people are getting forced into this alliance. They're all like, we need to send Matt home. Like, in BB history,
And
when you got a big
an
target like that.
alliance that you create after you've been nominated.
After you've been nominated, he's like, I gotta get the numbers. I know I could get these people. So Matt's like, I'm putting together Cam, Cedric, Chelsea, Mackenzie, Rabina, Brooklyn, Matt. He's like, I'm putting all these people together. We're gonna be the Barbershop Alliance, which is the most dumbest name I've ever
Well,
heard
I'll say shout
for
out to
people.
production because they had me fooled, baby.
They did. This episode, they definitely did have us fooled. Chemo is also worried. He feels that people are working together that he's not a part of. So Chemo's
Yeah.
also trying to figure out what to do because also I still don't understand how Chemo ended up on the block, but maybe
She
he
never
was
really
just
gave an explanation for why.
maybe he was just like a pawn, which I hope for. But
Maybe
he's
he was
worried.
someone who she knew people
Mhm,
would not vote out.
mhm. Oh, we're gonna cut back to Sweet Kenny K as he calls himself, which please let that name go. I do not like that name. It is too okay. Let me remember. This is a PG show because it's very Sweet Kenny K. It's giving very Southern vibes. You need to let that go ASAP. Let that go. So Kenny tells Angela that Matt is his number one, and Kenny's like, I can't control my emotions, even though I'm an undercover cop. Like, it's
Is
I
this
can't
in the
control my emotions.
kitchen when
Yes.
Angela comes? So yeah, there's another fight that goes on. Angela comes in the kitchen after VETO and says to Kenny, like, I want to see you fight for your life in this game.
And
And
take
he's
Matt
like,
out.
first of all, I wouldn't have to fight for my life in this game if you wouldn't have put me on the block. But I can't do that to Matt. And it's like,
I
what?
love how I love her reaction. Tim, how was she? Because that's exactly how she acted.
You
She said,
can't what? What do you
she put the
mean?
dish
Like,
down and everything.
pretty much what she said is, hey, we the two old people in this house. I brought my old behind in here to kick these young people out. You supposed to be right here with me. Yeah, I might have wanted you to go. I put you on the block, but I want to see you fight. I want to see you step up, represent our generation, and get some fight in you and show people that you deserve to be here. He said, I don't, and I won't,
Yeah,
and
like
I'm
he was
not.
like he was like checked out. And also, I found it very interesting, Tiff, that he said, I can't control my emotions when I'm in this house. People do not understand. What you
Yeah.
said earlier is true. When you're in that Big Brother house, your emotions hit 100.
Yeah,
Like
everything's heightened. Everything.
everything
If
is
you're insecure,
heightened.
you're heavily insecure. If you're
Ooh.
confident, you can be overconfident. If you, yeah, you don't
If
real
you're
because
loud, you're like extra loud.
yeah, in the real world, we're able to just distract ourselves from who we actually are. We got to go to work. I got to be the person I'm supposed to be at work. We go out. We do things that make us have to present. And so in the BB house, really no presenting. There's nothing for you to present but you. And sometimes you show up or you don't show up and you walk around with uh edible glitter, or you got to act like you the nicest person and I can't believe this, but at some point you're gonna have to show up.
That is true. At some point, that's the house. I'm telling you, that house is it's like the upside down world from Stranger
Yeah.
Things. It is no joke when you walk into that house. Also, I want to shout out to Quinn. Quinn ate Kenny up in the green screen because he said, "I don't know why you acting like you're his father after knowing him for a week. That don't make no
Okay.
sense. You here to play the game,"
Yeah,
which like, I do have to
I do
agree. And
like Quinn's.
Angela,
I like Quinn's DRs.
me too. He's actually giving. So shout out to Quinn. That was a good choice to put him on his cast. Also, Angela did say to said to Kenny's face, Matt's not your son, and you need to realize that.
Yeah.
I have to say, Angela's eating the girl's hop.
Yeah, finally y'all giving her some respect.
Okay, so we cut to the BB Arena competition, which is, they have to figure out how many house guests are showing up in the pictures, like who has the
Yeah,
most.
who's shown up, which house guest was shown the most. And it seems like from a viewer's perspective, I could not tell. I'm like, Ravina, I don't know who. I
I said
I have no
Couture.
idea.
I said Couture.
T-Core.
T-Core, excuse me. I said T-Core. I said T-Core. I said her because I felt like she had the most, but I forgot. There's another one with all of them on it. You got to count that too. Wasn't thinking that.
Yeah,
My ass would have been with Matt.
Chemo goes in with a plan, honey. He was focused. All the energy
Mm-hmm.
was on him. And he actually ends up winning this AI arena, naming who did he say it was?
It was
Joseph.
he said it was Quinn.
Oh, it was Quinn that was shown the most.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the house erupted. The house erupted. They were so happy that it was him and he won, which says a lot. I would appreciate it, but I wouldn't like it too much because nobody wanted to see him leave. He will probably become the pawn of the season
Yes.
because
Come on, Big D.
nobody's going to vote you out. What?
I said it. I called it when we doing the cast review. I said, if he's giving Big D vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to see him leave. They were so happy that it was him. They were so excited that he won this BB arena. They couldn't even calm down or go campaign for themselves. And Julie's trying to say, I was like, have y'all ever watched Big Brother before? Julie's like, hey, you got like 60 seconds to campaign. They're giving their speech. No, come here. Let me talk to you. It's like a double. They're just not ready.
Here's the thing. Kenny, right. Also, Kenny also to me is like checked out. I'm over
Yeah.
Kenny. Kenny kind of reminds me of Frenchie when
Yep.
after Frenchie was not HOH no more and Frenchie got put up. It was like,
Send me
Oh, I'm
home.
about to quit the game. Send it home.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys send me home before jury. Don't keep me here because I have a
Send,
family at home.
send me home. I'm having an asthma attack. I'm having
Yes.
gout in my feet. I got a migraine right now. I'm going through Pepsi withdrawals. I'm having caffeine. He was having everything.
And production was trying to put me to work. Production was pulling me. I need you to go. I need you to go motivate him. I need go say something to him. I don't know what y'all want to do. If he wants to go home, I'm not going to make him stay. That's just another body that y'all try to keep. But I would try my best. But
I
that's
just
what
want to know
Kenny's
why
giving.
production wasn't ever talking to me. They ain't tell me to do nothing in that house.
I told you I was a unicorn.
You a plant? You a production plant. I got it now. Thanks for confirming. That's how you made it to final two. What happened in the episode?
Whatever. But we're what based on the voting at first, I thought it was going to be very neck and neck.
Me
People are
too.
voting for Kenny to stay, people are voting for Matt to stay. But the votes end up being 8-3. Matt is evicted. Also, I know there's two people that couldn't vote, but
Yeah.
did everyone that was eligible to voted?
Yeah, and I think those votes for Kenny came from like Leah. It was Matt's people,
Mackenzie.
Leah,
Yeah.
Mackenzie, and I don't know who was the third person
I can't
that vote. I
remember.
can't remember, but I thought it was way closer than that. But what was it? 11 votes, and then
Yes.
9-6.
It was.
How many votes did a person need to get evicted?
You needed 6 to get evicted.
Yeah. That
So it
was
was 8-3.
interesting. I mean, I like that it's a little divided. We get so tired, especially in the beginning of a season with a House vote and a majority vote. And then when you get into that habit, we saw that with, I think it was last season, we saw that where it was everybody always voted the same. What are you doing?
I think if you have a big alliance controlling the house, aka us, that's a different scenario. But if you don't have a big alliance controlling the house, then the vote should be all messed up. That's just the truth. So it was very interesting to watch,
Yeah.
which tells you that the collective ain't working together, which tells you the barbershop ain't working together, and pew 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 pew.
BB gun, BB what?
Oh, I think it's BB Shaker.
No, you said something else.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what I got in my notes real quick.
BB
Sucker.
Yeah.
Now, Julie does talk to Matt. Julie does talk to Matt.
He still
Julie
don't
does
know what's going
explain.
on.
He still don't know what's going on. She does tell Matt, this is where you messed up at. You did say this to Angela. And he was like, hey, there's things I had to work on. He kept his head up high. And the one thing that kind of made me laugh that I love that he said, I'm just a normal person.
We all are. What did you think you was? A cyborg?
I know when he said that, I was like, what was he trying to say? It's giving, well, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to have to say this. It's giving recruit.
Yeah.
When he said, I'm just a normal person, it's giving recruit. Because he didn't come out like, I love this game. He's like, my mom is the first person that saw you when she first came to the country.
He was he a little fan. He a fan a little bit.
It's giving recruit. And I love, which I'm very jealous. Maybe I don't see nobody do this on our season. I love that Julie let him say, let's say it together. Love one another.
Well, they had 10 minutes of the episode left. He came out at 8:53. I was like, so what we supposed to do? Listen to him for 7 minutes? I don't think they had. I think this is something, I know this is something new that they're working with, like having a live
Was
competition.
it live?
Well, that live, wait a minute.
Can I be honest?
The AI thing is not live for us, but it's on that day.
Tiff, can I be honest? When I watched that episode tonight, it did not feel live to me.
The Eviction or the AI arena?
I don't know. The whole thing didn't feel live to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. Watch it. Wait until next week. Maybe I'm wrong. It didn't feel live to me, Tiff. It felt like it might have been live to their audience sitting here earlier today, and they might have presented it live. It didn't feel live. But
Was
I
so
understand
I
probably the
saw a
time.
sneak peek about something, and was that sneak peek of the
Did it
real
show them?
competition, or
Actually,
was it them competing, or was it just
wait.
what the competition would be?
Let me look at what that thing. Hold on.
Because somebody texted to me earlier.
So I don't know, Tiff, because if that video was completed earlier, that's the same exact video. I don't know. Could be, I don't know. Like I said, my take is I don't feel like it was live. Some of the
Hmm.
stuff didn't feel live to me, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna watch it next week and you guys tell us in the comments if you think it was live
Okay.
tonight. It didn't
Okay.
feel very live, but the episode to me was great. I know they left that time like that time where Julie's like, okay, you guys go scramble. That probably would have took up some time for them to scramble, but they didn't scramble because Kenny and Matt over here acting like they are like been together for years, and their father and son, and he's about to lose his son to go out to the military or some shit. The way he was acting, like this is crazy, and I want to see how Kenny's going to bounce back because based on this, Kenny is giving me Frenchie week 2 vibes. I'm now checked out. I just lost my son.
It looks like Kenny, Lisa, Matt, first 3
Because he called
evictees.
Matt his son. Let me make sure I
Or
say it that way. Because I don't want to get that mixed up. Because Kenny called Matt his son, so it's giving that vibe.
so Matt, Kenny, Lisa, with Chemo being the perpetual pawn. Unless somebody else in the house does something that draws attention to them. But everybody, and Mackenzie.
And Angela is the number one target, or people might not
Oh,
see Angela as
Angela.
a target because
You
Angela
think
got blown on her
Angela's the
name.
target? Who wants to get her out?
Lisa. Oh, Lisa's the other person that voted for Kenny to go home.
Mm.
I think so.
Lisa, Lisa, Leah,
Glitter. So yeah, and Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
What do you think? I mean, based on her blood on her hands, she got blood on her hands by Lisa, Chemo, Kenny. I mean, she kind of blew up her whole alliance.
I was about to say she needs somebody in her alliance to win, but does she have one?
She threw it away. She gonna come back and ask for it, but she threw it
Wow.
away.
Wow. Well,
What do you think?
I think that there are a lot of targets. I'm interested in who wins the next HOH and how it would be different from Angela's.
Let me ask you this, Miss
Yeah.
Mastermind.
Uh-oh.
Do you see any strategy yet?
Yeah, that's what I was, I think that there are people who are strategizing in here. Like, I think Chelsea is strategizing. She's just not saying a lot. I do think T Core is strategizing, but I
And
don't
I
hear
think
a
Joseph
lot
is too.
of her conversation. I've not heard. I might just not be up on my information, but I don't know what Joseph has been doing at all.
Mm-hmm. I think just based on the episode for me, Joseph has been like kind of planning some stuff, like, but nothing on the level of those two that you just mentioned.
There's been so much chaos that the other people are just really laying low. And so it'll
Which I
be
love.
interesting. Kind of. I like it a little. You have to be careful with the laying low though, because I can forget you're there and forget to nominate you, or I can forget you're there, somebody nominates you, and I don't care if you go home.
Oh, wow. We need that on the shirt.
So it's
That's
like
actually great.
you don't want to be you don't want to appear so insignificant that you're not even a benefit for me to keep you. I'm like, I forgot you was even here. So if you go home, it does not affect me at all.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not hearing people say how much of a value they'd be to someone else's game. Like, Don't tell me you want to stay because you want to stay here and fight. I don't want to fight her here. I want to lose her here. Yeah, tell me how you're going to help me.
Yeah.
Kenny, if I'm mad, I am definitely keeping Kenny in the house if I hadn't got evicted. If I'm mad, I want Kenny because Kenny want to see me win.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny would be my number one. He ain't going nowhere. You know why? Because he want to see me get this money.
Mm-hmm.
I want anybody around who want to see me get this money. Now, if you talking about I'm doing this for my children, I want you to go home. You got a motive, and I don't want you here.
I agree. Yeah. My take is, I mean, I need Angela to stay there for my pure entertainment and
for real,
and chaos.
Kenny, because Kenny and Angela gonna fight
for sure. Because
ain't nothing like a mama and daddy fighting in the house.
Mama and daddy, and their son just got kicked out. Now
do crazy eyes.
Crazy. You look at me those.
Oh my gosh. We will see what the next week brings. I love you all for joining us. Big D, final thoughts.
Final thought is, we'll be talking to Matt soon. So, put your questions below. What you want
Drop
us to
your
ask
questions
Matt.
in the comment section, and we'll try to ask Matt during our exit interview.
I don't have anything. Only thing I had to say is
it's tough. That's tough. That's tough. I am going to have to think about my questions. I guess I'll ask the question everyone always asks me. It's a question that never gets stale, especially when you didn't win. It is, if you could do anything different, what would that be? God damn. Everything. God damn it. I'd shut up.
True. And you would come closer to me. That would have helped you.
No, I'd just make sure you got kicked out.
Oh my God. If you got closer to me, that would have helped you.
Nah, I'd have sent you home at 6.
Oh, shit.
I should have stuck to that. When Kylan said, I thought you said you wanted to send Big D out at 6. I said I did, but I think X is a bigger threat. That was the wrong thing to say. I should have said, you know what? I do want to send. Do you want to send Big D out? Because he did. That's what you didn't know. You heard it here. Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. Got a little excited about things in life.
Look.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot. I would have should have called that man a lawyer in my speech. I should have went with my first speech. Damn.
Honey, the only person you was gonna never mind. Let me get on out of here. All right.
Beat against awesome. I know. It's okay. There's a lot we could have done, but look at us. Hey, we're one big happy family, and we wouldn't be here because if you won, I would have been one. I'm
like, if I would have won, y'all wouldn't have seen me no more. Fuck off. Bye.
All right, guys.
I won. Give me my money. I say, Big D, you what? I lost.
Literally. Guys, please remember to like and subscribe. We will be back to recap week 2 with you guys next week. And also, please remember to have your notifications on. I know I'm hot too, girl. Please remember to have your notifications on because we will be doing our exit interview with Matt. So remember, guys, like and subscribe. We love you guys.
Thanks, humans.
Thank you for shout out to the Royal Court.
Shout out to the Royal Court always. For life.